You're listening to the Kiwi Forward podcast, where very occasionally we meet a revolving panel of hosts meet to talk about everything from movies, video games, pop culture, and generally whatever is happening anywhere about anything. We might talk about Ebola. Can't promise anything. Too soon? Sorry. We haven't been on for a while, and we got some newcomers. So, with me tonight, I'm Andrew Horsley, and with me tonight we have Ryan.
Hey.
Harry, a newcomer.
Hey, I'm a noob.
And Finn.
Hello.
Yay!
So, as we don't appear to have anyone watching live yet, I won't bother to mention that you can send us questions, send us comments on YouTube that we will then follow. None of that's relevant yet, so let's just crack on. What's everyone been doing, is how we used to start the show, I believe. I think something happened yesterday. I'm not sure what it was. There were two things, I think.
Big G, a big G.
Gus, yeah.
That would be one of them. And the other would be that we just went over 1,000 members in Rooster Sheep.
We did.
Well done.
Something celebrated. Part of why I've bothered to try and get this podcast going again. So, were any of you guys at the meetup with Gus and other person who we will not name? He seems to be getting left out of everything. Jordan.
Poor Jordan.
Yes. So, who was there and what did they see?
Oh, we saw Gus. We saw Jordan. It was great seeing them. They brought along Gus brought along his wife. What's her name? Esther.
Oh,
Esther.
you met Esther as well. Damn it! I really would have gone if I'd known I was meeting Esther. And you saw some flowers and drank some beer, I believe.
Yeah.
A lot of beer. Not gonna lie about that.
All right. Well, you guys are a talkative bunch. Good thing that we have you on the podcast.
I woke up at 6 a.m. this morning. Sue me.
I will sue you. Is that right?
This morning I was in Wellington. Now I'm in Auckland. Started from the bottom. Now I'm at the top.
I think everyone in the South Island would beg to differ that Wellington is the bottom of New Zealand, but
It's the bottom of the important part.
now. So, we've got a newcomer in our podcasting group.
Where?
We do, I believe. I don't see him.
me.
Oh,
Nah.
yes, that would be you. Can you tell us a
This
little
is-
bit about yourself and how you may have gotten into Rooster Sheep?
Well, I'd known about Rooster Teeth, obviously, for about a year before I found out about Rooster Sheep, and basically I was just strolling through one of my mates' Facebook profiles, and I saw this little thing, this Rooster Sheep, and I'm like, well, sounds like a rip-off of Rooster Teeth, so must be something interesting.
And that's exactly what we are, a big rip-off.
Yeah.
And now we have
And-
1,000 people in our rip-off group.
1,000 people. That's crazy. That's just crazy. So, okay. How long has everyone been here in Rooster Sheep?
Rooster Sheep? Well, I was here when it was RVBNZ. So if
Long enough to know better.
that's... Yeah, no, I've been around since the second meetup, I believe it was. And yeah, been with it since then. What about you guys? What about you, Ryan?
I joined up about when it was 2012. That was when I first went to Armageddon. I was introduced to RBBNZ through Matt Mason, and that was also when I saw Bernie, Brandon, and Joel.
Ah,
Oh, did they come? I didn't know they've been around here.
Yeah, they came in 2012.
Wow.
I got my post.
Bernie Mac and Joel. I thought it was. No, maybe I don't know what I'm thinking of. I saw Bernie. Actually, I'm lost. I don't know.
You don't know who
Some
you
people
saw.
were here. It's so long ago.
They were American. That's all you knew.
I don't
American.
remember meeting Matt Hullen though, so I think it was Bernie, Joel, and Brandon.
Yeah,
Might
that
be
was it.
more. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. That was a
Well,
while ago.
the only two people that came before that, that was back in, I've forgotten the year now, but it was Gus and Jeff.
Yes, meeting Jeff would be fun.
Yeah.
Jeff was actually on a podcast last week, which is
Yeah,
a
for
shock.
once.
Well, he's explicitly stated why he's no longer on the podcast, and that's all right.
Which was what?
Well, he had his dad die just as it was all going on, and he had Griffin leave Rooster Teeth and a couple of other little things that he just felt like he wasn't having fun broadcasting himself to the world and wanted to not do such. And also, Achievement Hunter was kicking off, and he thought if he focused all of his time there, he would produce an amazing product, which I can't
He
fault him
has.
for. Yep.
Yeah, that part worked out.
Yeah, it worked out well.
And now, as the gaming people from his spin-off group, he's able to then be on the gaming podcast, which means we get a bit of our Jeff that we're
Good
missing
old
out
Jeff.
on. So, you guys are fans of all things Rooster Teeth, or are you just fans of some things Rooster Teeth, or are you a fan of no things Rooster Teeth and just fans of roosters and sheep, and found this group completely by accident?
I was looking for something
Hey,
totally
get out of
different.
here. I'm on the podcast. Get out of here.
No,
Hey,
Mum. I'm a very important podcast on the interwebs.
I'm talking to my
Why,
friends.
we're on here every week, honestly.
Yeah, sure.
get out of my
And we have a
room.
following of 2 people, which one of them
Hey.
can comment in, and they will get a shout out for being the first. I believe we used to do
Hey.
that as well. I don't know.
Is
I
it
haven't done
Pam?
this in far too long. I don't know where Pam is. Where's Pam? Where's my Pam?
She's gonna be pissed if she finds out we made a podcast and she didn't know about it.
I told her. But anyway, what is the first thing that you saw of Rooster Teeth's that got you into Rooster Teeth? Doing a random interview.
Sadly, it was the Minecraft Let's Plays.
There's nothing sad about that. They are great. I don't really watch them that much anymore.
No, yeah, I don't watch them.
Because I don't have time to put an hour to watching. Yeah, anyway.
Anyway, the Minecraft Let's Plays were genius at the start. So yeah.
It was red versus blue for me, really early on.
Are you going for bragging rights of how early on you were watching it?
I started watching it episode to episode, season 3, episode 8.
Nice.
Yep. I don't know when that is. When
It's
did they go to Halo
season
2?
3. Season 2.
Yeah.
So they would have just been entering Halo 2.
It was my first episode that I saw of it because I was really into Halo 2, believe it or not. Relevant topic. And I was looking for things about Halo, and I stumbled upon someone had renamed the YouTube video, soldiers go from Halo 1 to Halo 2, and I'm like, oh, this might be an interesting thing. Was it even before YouTube? Shoot, where was I looking it up? Anyway, someone had stolen the footage, basically the whole episode, taken the front off, and just released it as something coming up to Halo 2. I thought it was hilariously funny, wondered why there was none more of it, and then a while later found more of it. You know.
And so it began.
So it began. Well, no, so it ended.
so that channel ended, and Rooster Teeth's still going.
I don't even know it was a channel then, but no, I mean my life ended.
Yeah.
And
I've
now I have
wasted.
piles of DVDs and Blu-rays, or Black-rays.
I've wasted
I think
a lot of time through Rooster Teeth.
you sound shamed to say that. It's not shameful.
No, it's not shameful. They make some amazing stuff. I just mean that it consumed portions of my life. Heck, for a while, I even produced a podcast on related to it, and that took
Yeah.
a lot of my time, surprisingly, hunting down people to actually be on it and other such things.
Yeah.
Why, it was so simple to just track down 3 people to have on tonight's show.
Well, to be fair, there's 1,000 of them to choose from
Yes,
compared to probably back then.
So I don't even know how many people were in Rooster Sheep back in the days when I joined. I couldn't even tell you. But now we're up to 1,000 members, which is crazy. We're
That's
still
1,000
lagging behind Rooteeth, though.
The Australian people.
Yes, they have 2,299. They're about to get a milestone. Maybe I'll join the group and be 2,300.
I
No,
joined
that
them.
would be traitors. Actually, Ryan, it says you are part of their group.
Yep.
Traitors.
Traitor.
I'm
Yep,
no
traitors.
traitor. No, I'll tell you why. I joined so I can put up 2 photos of Gus and Jordan saying, "Hey, why don't you guys come over and say hi?"
Oh no, that's great. That's genius.
Yeah, Gus and Jordan over.
Oh, that's great. But did they post videos of was it Jack and Ray? Did they have Jack and Ray?
Yeah, Jack and Ray were at PAX.
Why couldn't they come, man? Ray's just great.
Yeah.
So would Ray be your favorite?
No, I think it's Jeff. I think through and through, it's Jeff.
Gotta
Yes,
be
it is.
Jeff.
Jeff is amazing. Ryan's
Jeff.
good as well. I like Ryan. Not this
grew to
Ryan
like
doing the hump. The hump's a bit weird.
Mad
No,
King.
I mean the Mad King, the original.
the original Mad King. So, what do you guys think about the new guys?
There are new guys. I really haven't watched much Achievement Hunter stuff lately.
There's
Annoying
who is
thing
it?
of having a life and things. I kid.
Oh,
I kid.
No, there's Matt, Jeremy,
Oh yeah, Matt and Jeremy. I know them. Yeah.
yep, and Caden, and is there another one? I feel like there's another one.
Lindsay
Actually,
count?
I feel like I have watched some Lindsay, Caden, Matt, and spin-off stuff.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I feel like there's one more. I have to check this.
We're obviously heavily versed in all of the stuff going on everywhere.
Well, like you said, we have lives. Well, maybe I don't, but
No, some people get lives. And
who's
some
playing
people
the
watch
Disney movie?
Grand Designs, is it? Or is that
That
location?
Antiques Roadshow, I think.
Antiques Roadshow, that's the one.
Antique ratio.
Talking about TV.
It is a
You know-
loud fucking TV.
Talking about TV though, you guys watching any new series? Flash? Arrow?
What does everyone think about Flash? Because I watched the trailer and it looked weird.
It's cool. It's kind of Smallville-ish without being high school. It's later season Smallville, I guess. Kind of. I don't know.
And-
I enjoy it.
Does the Flash look stupid when he runs?
No, they do the weird. He runs. Either he's running normal speed and the world will slow around him occasionally, or suddenly he's just zipping around as a flash of light. I don't know. It's interesting.
It's, it's definitely movement.
Yeah,
Let
there,
me go
there's
just,
occasional movement.
let me just go get some food. I'm back.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
did you
they
get
don't quite do those tricks. I don't think. I've only seen the first couple of episodes of.
I wish I could do those tricks.
Yeah.
It'd make my life so much simpler. Soon I'd probably trip over my sleeping bag a lot.
Yeah. So, who would be your favorite superhero then? Like, I gotta go with Batman. You have to go with
Deadpool.
Batman.
Well,
Deadpool.
you've just answered your own question, sir.
Deadpool. Oh God, Deadpool.
Hmm.
I would have. Oh God, it's really hard. It's between Batman and Wolverine.
Oh, two good choices.
No. No, sorry, Batman, Wolverine, and the Hulk. God, no, that's a hard one.
Where's the love for Aquaman, guys? Come on.
Because
Fuck
Aquaman,
Aquaman. He doesn't do anything useful.
do you know what the
Aquaman
equivalent of
is cool. I gotta
Aquaman is?
give you that.
Do you know
Yep.
what the equivalent of
Thank you.
Aquaman is? He's
What?
SpongeBob. He is
How?
SpongeBob.
How is he
They can both,
SpongeBob?
they can both talk to fish. They can both breathe underwater.
And
One's a
one
sponge.
is royalty of the marine Atlantis world,
Otherwise known
while
as
the other is a sponge.
Same
One
with
has the
SpongeBob's
strength of like
snail,
10
Gary.
human beings.
So you're saying they both live
The
in
other
a
is a sponge.
pineapple under the sea?
Yes, that's
Well,
exactly
they
what
both
they do.
live in a house, don't they?
No, actually, the New 52 reboot of Aquaman's pretty cool.
he's black.
And there was a
Is he?
kind of cool 80s grungy take on him. It was weird that he's half thingamabob, half Atlantean, half Earth person thing.
Solid description there.
Weird stuff going on.
It's comics. Okay, so now that we've done superheroes, who's the favorite villain?
Oh.
I'm just going to leave. Wait, out of focus, in focus. Out of.
Oh, the
out of-
blockage. Okay, quick side note. Were
Yeah.
you disappointed by how small they were?
Sorry, that's the flash if no one saw him flash past. And then I have two Supermans. I don't have a single Batman, but I have two of Superman. Just, yeah, they're a little small, but I thought they would be about the size of a dice, and they're about the size of a dice.
Oh, fair enough.
Unfortunately, the shell near me costs, on average, about 10 cents more than any other petrol station in my area. So, Z, whatever petrol station they are.
Do you still have Shell?
No, we have a Z, but
Oh, right.
it's still Shell to me. They can change their name. We know the truth.
We know the truth. It's still Shell.
Yeah, but no, they're cool. What about you guys' favorite villain? Because mine obviously was the Joker.
Yep.
I gotta go with the Joker.
2 for the Joker. I mean, Magneto's a pretty solid villain.
There we've got a Marvel fan, I see.
Yeah, I own one Marvel comic book, but yeah. I mean, they're both good.
No, they are both good, and people seem to pick sides. Just like I'm not going to ask you guys which console you have, because it would start a war that would last, well, the next 50 years.
I have the best platform. It's called a PC.
Thank you. This is why I did not ask.
Praise Gaben. Praise Gaben and his Gaben.
Praise Gaben.
Winter sale will start tomorrow. Winter is coming.
And I have no money for it.
Coming, and Gaben will warm us.
Gaben will warm us with his sales. Are you ready?
That he will do, maybe.
Are you ready for a miracle? Spirit set you free.
Okay, Ryan. Okay.
Okay.
He is my religion. Gaben is love. Gaben is life.
Now that we're getting very easy transitions from TV shows to comics to gaming, let's talk about games you've been playing lately.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
Oh,
I played that today.
My god, that game is huge.
I've heard good things. I've heard good things.
Great. It's great. I played the Canary. The Canary is awesome. But the lack of choice of voices is sad. It's like two choices.
Well, yeah, I've had the same thing with Sunset Overdrive. So they give you like a shit ton, or Yeah, they give you a lot of customization of who you can have your character to be, but you can have a big, burly African American man, and he's going to sound like the same 20-something white guy as if you did him as the small Asian dude. And if you go with the girls, they're all going to be the same, no matter what size, gender. Well, gender changes, that's the only thing. You have 2 voice actors. But it's still good enough, I think. Have any of you guys played Sunset Overdrive? Or are you all PC Master Race and don't own any Xbox One devices?
I own an Xbox, but I don't own Sunset Overdrive.
It's a good game, you should pick it up.
I can't afford it, sadly.
Isn't it free? Isn't it free over the weekends?
I think it was
And then it was
only...
off.
Yeah, I think that was like a timed demo.
Oh, right. Okay.
Though I looked up the Thanksgiving sale, which is what it is in America, and over here it's called the Spring Sale on Xbox. Saw the American one and Forza Motorsports on sale, all this stuff's on sale. Go to the New Zealand one, and what do they have? Some old 360 games.
What games?
Old ones. There's Mirror's Edge for $4. There's Lego Batman original one for I don't have it loaded up at the moment, but I didn't see a single Xbox One game on sale over this sale. I don't know what is going on there, but sadly it means I will not be buying some digital games from them. I've retired my 360.
Yeah, I
Fine.
don't even
What
use
did you
mine in a
use?
while.
Well, I had GTA 5 finally come out for the Xbox One, and I had all of the Halo games boxed up into one box. So I don't really know why I'd want to turn my 360 back on again. There's nothing really dragging me back to it. I played all the games I wanted to play on it.
Does GTA 5 feel more intense in first person?
Yeah, it's really good. I enjoy it. Okay, we'll be hearing a lot of background noise from Finn, but as we deal with, if we were doing the old ways, where I would then post-edit this with a whole bunch of, and spend hours cutting his audio out whenever he's not speaking, we might have a better audio quality, but oh well. Sorry, guys.
Nah.
How long did it take? It took Rooster Teeth like 50 podcasts before they released their first one, so.
We released
And they were still banging the table.
Yep. See, I just go with the mic in the hand. It kind of works pretty well with not having to deal with that shit.
Be like a rapper and be like, drop it.
Drop it and then annoy
Yeah,
everyone.
so talking about mics and all of that jazz, now that I'm holding it up like a loser, I don't know why I'm doing that.
Like Bono.
I went and got myself the media connector for the Xbox One controller, thinking that would be great. I'd plug some cheap headset that I'd go pick up in and use it as my game audio and chat at the same time. Sadly, all of the headsets that I can find for PC either are USB or have a separate mic cable, which doesn't work in this, and my other set of headphones that I'm currently using, their inline mic doesn't seem to work. So now I've spent $40 on a device that only means that I can stream my game audio to my headset without being able to hear anyone talking or talk back to them. So that's kind of annoying.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, but such as things, I have to work out that, but it seems an odd device for them to sell. You'd think they'd put a separate plug-in for those headsets that don't work the way they have intended you to work. Anyway,
Stuff like accessories for the Xbox 360, can you use them on the Xbox One? Say wireless headset.
nope.
That is bullshit.
Yeah, they've got new Bluetooth 4.0, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So backwards compatibility is not something Microsoft do anymore. But that's alright.
That's what emulators are for.
Everyone was in uproar when they released, saying it's not backwards compatible. You can't borrow games off other people. It's like everyone was enraged, and then they're like, okay, well, okay, we'll switch it back.
Yeah,
Sure.
and I feel like they probably would have been in a worse market position if they hadn't made the changes, but the console, it's slowly moving back that way, and I'm all digital. I'm looking forward to some future things they're able to come up with. I'm not displeased with my purchase of an Xbox One, to say the least.
Solid.
In fact, you could say I am pleased.
I now have a Blu-ray player because of it, so I can watch my 10-year anniversary box set.
So you bought the box set before you could play it?
I knew I was getting a laptop with a Blu-ray drive in it.
Nice.
Fair enough, fair enough. So with it, did you buy Destiny?
When I got my Xbox One, I got Dead Rising 2 as the free game, but I did end up buying Destiny.
Dead
Dead
Rising
Rising
2.
3, you mean?
3?
That's at 3.
It is a good game. With Destiny, have you guys played it then? I'm assuming. Nope.
Nope, I'm not touching
Missing,
this. I'm not touching Destiny.
I'm
No.
missing one piece of raid gear.
Damn you. See, I had an unfortunate thing happen. The day Destiny released was the day I went to New York for 2 weeks. I'm not going to
How does?
complain. I got to go to
Yeah.
New York for 2 weeks.
You got to
However,
go to New York.
I came back and all the people who I was planning to be playing with were a lot further along than I was, which made it a little difficult to catch up to them. And I don't have any raid gear. I have one exotic chess piece. Legendary other pieces. I still don't have any pieces that are better than rare. And I'm a little behind because there wasn't much to do. I didn't have a raiding party that were at the same level as me, so they were all doing raids when I was no use in a raid. And other games came up. So I'm playing Sunset Overdrive, playing GTA, playing Halo, just played through Limbo today, and just doing other things other than Destiny. I'm not really drawn back to it. I don't
What
know.
did you think of Limbo?
I really enjoyed it. I finally finished it. I've owned it on 3 devices now, and I finally finished it.
Nice.
So yeah,
It's a weird game.
yeah, it is, and the ending was interesting. For a game that's got no audio, no text, and things like that, it still managed to tell a story.
Yeah. That's. Well, I mean, that's something great about video games, I guess. They're changing. It's
But
less
yeah,
about
that
like.
was art, and other games have been like art, like Gone Home. If any of you
Yeah.
guys have played it,
Yeah.
um, yeah. Oh, Pam has just said that she will help me level up in Destiny if I want to get back into it. So, thanks, Pam.
Nice. Thank you, Pam.
But yeah, no, we had Gone Home was a good art game. Also, if you guys played it, it's just come out for the Xbox One. Contrast.
What's that?
So that is a game I think I've talked about on the podcast before. Sorry, guys, we're going to repeat ourselves. It is a game set in France in like the circus and 1900s kind of days, and you play the imaginary friend of a girl character, and you can jump between the shadow realm and the real world. So you'll be running along in the 3D platformer, run up to the wall, press a button, and you'll jump into a 2D platformer that is the shadows being cast from objects in the 3D world, and you can jump up the wall, get to another area, turn a spotlight to cast a new shadow against another wall, jump into that shadow, jump up. Oh, it's great.
Sounds awesome. Like, it actually sounds awesome. Just.
Yeah, it's a really cool game, and it's a really cool mechanic, and it is gorgeous. So it's art. And there's games like Flower, and I don't know the one that launched with the PS4 where you're the snake. and you go through the colourful,
Oh,
like, there's
Ho
just,
Ho Come.
yeah, Hoboken, or whatever it's called,
Ho Ho Ho, good. That one. That one.
Journey.
Journey.
Yeah, I think there's some really cool indie and smaller developer games that are just ridiculously gorgeous without having to tack a big story onto it. And sometimes they do tell a really great story without having to tack some gameplay mechanics that don't fit the story onto it. Or you get big AAA companies that used to produce games with really awesome stories, Bungie, who then produce a fairly lackluster story and tack it onto a game that they swear is not an MMO that has raids, leveling up, level caps, rare item drops, and a hub world where
So
characters.
it's still not an MMO.
So totally not an MMO, and
No.
it just didn't tell enough story for me. But hey, that's completely side issue.
I watched
Andrew?
the view
Yeah.
of this. God, it was terrible.
What was the story of Halo 1?
Story of Halo 1. Do we want me to go
Because
through
it
the whole
wasn't
thing?
that good.
It wasn't. It was pretty interesting.
I enjoyed
It
it. I
came
thought
out
it was good.
at a similar time to games with fantastic stories, like Half-Life.
Oh, Half-Life 2 story blows any in-game Halo story out of the water.
Yeah.
But
The way I would look at Destiny is as the beginning of another Halo franchise.
I just expected more from the first game, I guess. And I mean, in the Halo thing, they started a whole book series around the outside of it, which does tell a really awesome story, and I guess that has tinted my view of what the Halo story is.
So Disney are they actually going to make it a franchise? Like, is
That's
that
the
a thing?
intention. It's a
Yep.
10-year franchise.
They're working on
So
the second part now.
that's weird, because it's so much like an MMO. It's just to say that there's going to be a sequel to it just sounds weird.
Well, yeah, so there's games escaping me, World of Warcraft. That game is like 14 years old now.
Yep.
Still the same game. They've just released expansion packs for it. So it's not impossible for MMOs to keep expanding like that. I just think on consoles they're going to have difficulty, and they can't release a expansion pack that completely rewrites the code of the game. So they have to release a new game every time they want to put in new mechanics and change the game up. So I understand that they'll need to do it. I just wanted more from the first entry in the series.
Do you reckon they might add like in Mass Effect and Dragon Age you could transfer your character over? Do you reckon they might do something with that?
Probably not.
Probably
I
not.
I think there's two difficulties with that. Well, it would be cool to be able to do it because you've bonded with this character, you've made up a whole story to go along with them, I guess, and you've done all this work into the first game, and you want that to carry through. However, level balancing is just going to be impossible because how do you have? They're going to start a new game, they're going to have a whole new story, they're going to have people coming in who have never played the first one, so they can't start the difficulty of the campaign at level 20. They have to start at level 1, and they have to have you stripped down to level 1 to make it work. And that's what they did with Mass Effect. You got to carry your character over, but he was stripped of everything he had and taken right back to the start.
Oh no, your guardian fell down a pit in the moon and had to be dragged out, and all of his gear got broken. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, because I
Guess
mean,
I'll
the only
have
other way they could do it is make every piece of gear in the next game so much better than. So the starting gear is better than your end game gear in the first one. In which case, the people who didn't get the end game gear are stuffed, and essentially you're throwing it all away because it's useless now, and you're just going to have to keep escalating, and suddenly defense is going to be measured in gigatons of, or millions of hit points, not hundreds. It's going to blow out of proportion. It's inflation all over again.
Oh, pardon me.
Then
That's
why not just reset?
that's probably what they'll do. That's what I'm saying. That it's probably
Well, no, say, like, what are accessories, miscellaneous objects that you get in Destiny?
shaders. Yeah, but yes, I
So,
guess
so,
shaders.
so basically, if you were like prestiging in COD, they could do that. Reset your level, but you keep all your like miscellaneous objects and items and
Yeah,
stuff
there's
like
not
that.
much miscellaneous objects in the whole game for that to work, and you don't really make any decisions, so there's nothing really to carry over. Um, plus the next game, and I can't believe we're talking about Destiny 2 because it looks like we're probably in a 2 or 3 year release cycle. I would assume we're already talking about it, and the first one hasn't even released its first DLC. But I don't know. I guess
We're hoping for a miracle that it's actually going to turn out good.
no, it's a good game. I'll give them that.
No,
It
no. I watched the angry review with Angry Joe. I do not like it. I hate it when games focus on multiplayer than single player. That's why I've hated the COD franchise ever since
Okay.
Modern Warfare 3.
I find hate's a strong word. I dislike a few things
Dislike.
that Call of Duty did. It was a good game. It was a fun game. It just didn't
And
change
then
enough.
they ruined it.
Well, it didn't. No, it was good. It still is good. If this is the first Call of Duty you pick up, then it's good. It's just that it didn't change enough from game to game to keep me interested. And I would sink days worth of online play into those games. And I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts on Call of Duty? Because I found it a good game. I just didn't have enough new stuff to do each time it re-released.
Yeah, I
They
mean,
broke it after COD 4.
They,
They made
I,
it
like,
in
I
COD
didn't
4.
like
I don't
Modern
know.
Warfare. Well, I didn't like Modern Warfare 2 onwards. It was just terrible.
it's just, well, I mean, if you're gonna play COD, you're gonna play COD. I mean, whether or not you you care if there's new features, you're still gonna buy COD. So
And I
I,
did for a while. Was I bought every Call of Duty from no, I bought Call of Duty 3, 4, skipped World at War, then bought everyone through Black Ops, and then stopped.
yeah,
So
I played. I didn't get halfway. I didn't. I borrowed Black Ops 2 from a mate. I didn't even get a quarter way through it, and I was already bored. Like,
yeah,
I hate
Black
this.
Ops 2 wasn't that great.
yeah, I think what broke it for me was Modern Warfare 3. It just didn't have the je ne sais quoi, the unknown quality that made it good. It just had too many unbalanced weapons and things like that. I played hours of it, but I just wasn't excited to see Black Ops 2 coming out, and really didn't go back. Titanfall was fun,
Titanfall's great.
and that
So
was
much fun.
COD-esque. It was taking it back to the core Modern Warfare 1 stuff, and then building it back up with a new movement engine, which was a fun new take on it. And I got quite a bit of enjoyment out of that one. I just have had less time for video games lately, and that's my own fault.
Why have you had less time for video games, Andrew?
Uh,
Life?
life, work, you get home, you're just tired, you just want to watch some YouTube and things like that. You get a girlfriend, you go on overseas trips
Ooh,
to New York and miss the
ooh.
2 week launch window of Destiny. Yeah, there's just other stuff on.
He's not a nerd anymore. He's not one of us. He's got a girlfriend.
Yeah, you got a girlfriend. You're weird.
I am weird, but she can
No,
take
I'm
that.
weird.
Wait, hang on. Is she a real girl?
And she's not one of those.
Her name isn't Miss Palmer's, is it?
No,
It's not
her name
Lisa,
is
is
not
it?
Miss Farmers.
It's not Sunshine.
No.
Is it Roxanne?
Roxanne! Sorry. I'm not going to disclose such things on here.
What's her hourly rate?
You couldn't afford her.
Why would we want to afford your? Why would we want to afford your hooker? I mean, girlfriend.
Anyways,
Anyway. Okay. Has anyone seen Interstellar?
No.
no spoilers.
No, but I hear nothing but good about it.
Yes.
Okay,
That's
I'll
the
say
one.
nothing. I will
No,
say
you can
nothing.
say
Go
that it was
see.
good, or that it was confusing, or that it was long, or that the cinematography was amazing. You just can't tell us about the story and any not time travel related stuff that may happen.
I can definitely say now, and it's not a spoiler, there's no time travel. Absolutely none. So when I
Good.
saw it, I was completely blown away. I thought it was the best film I've ever seen in IMAX. And I was really confused to find out that people were saying that it was confusing to follow and stuff like that. I just
Yeah.
got it completely. So definitely go see it.
Now, I went and saw a movie the other week called Predestination. Now,
With
that was a confusing
Hawke.
movie.
Time travel,
Ethan
right?
Hawke. Yeah, my girlfriend did not like it because it was so much time travel that I don't really want to spoil it. But people were looping back on their own timelines and jumping into other people's timelines and finding people and change. But no timelines changed. It was all predestined, or did they? We don't know.
Ah.
I would spoil anything by saying anything different to that, but perhaps things were predestined to happen that could only happen because they happened. It messed with your mind. It was great time travel if you like the
Time
grandfather
travel.
paradox.
I
What's
hate
the
the time
grandfather
travel paradox. I hate it.
So the grandfather paradox is that you go back in time and you kill your grandfather.
Then
What?
you would not exist.
But if you didn't exist, you wouldn't have traveled back in time. So you wouldn't have killed your grandfather.
It depends on if you
That
killed your grandfather before or after your parent, whichever one it was created.
Well, it's not even that. It's that you could solve that by saying that every time you go back in time and change something, you're creating a new reality that goes off
Yeah.
in a different
So there's
timeline.
that is the solution, that there's branching timelines. If time travel does exist and you are able to travel back in time, therefore you're in a branching multiverse where every decision that is made causes a new universe.
I will only approve designs of a time machine that is either a telephone box or a DeLorean.
What about a
No,
vortex manipulator?
no, because I have no idea what that means. And no
What is a
fridges either.
wrist-mounted device that is carried by time agents?
Like Captain Jack Harkness.
You gave it away. It's still Doctor Who.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Yep. Thank you. Spoilers.
Nah.
No, I have just introduced my girlfriend to Doctor Who, and I didn't realize that in basically the second episode of the new series in 2005, the Face of Bo made its first appearance alongside Cassandra and a number of other people who appear later in the series.
Yeah. I
And
loved
that's
it
not
when
in
they
any way
revealed.
related to the time agent or impersonating time agent called Jack Harkness. No
Well,
relation.
it's been many, many years since the screening of those episodes. Can we talk about it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Is your girlfriend gonna watch this?
She's not going to watch this. She watched it once back in the olden days of this show.
And
Was
thought,
that when it was me, Nick, and Maggie, and whoever else would be joining us?
And you just all just dive bombed it and kept everything in the gutter? Yeah, I believe it was.
Yep. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Good
Um,
times.
good times. We had some good times back then. We even got to interview Jack Patello.
wow,
Sadly,
really?
I wasn't there.
Yep.
Uh,
Anyway, I think we could spoil something.
I think we could, because one of my favorite episodes was when they revealed that Captain Jack was actually the face of Boa. I thought that was pretty awesome.
He looks good for someone a couple of million years old.
Aye. I do. Did any of you guys watch the spin-off series Torchwood?
Nope.
Kinda.
I
And
might have been watching it.
Children of Earth, which was the relaunch of Torchwood in America, which was an
Yep.
interesting mini-series where Jack Harkness is the only person who can die, and everyone else in the world cannot.
What? What?
Yeah, exactly. It
I'll
was an
tell you
interesting
what.
take.
One of my favourite episodes of Doctor Who actually was David Tennant's, the final two-parter where they actually had the Torchwood crew in there as well. That
Oh,
was
that was
pretty
good.
awesome.
Yep.
And the
Also, enjoyable one for me was what was the one where Billie Piper's character um, comes from her alternate universe with a big ray gun and destroys the Dalek in the middle of the street.
Ronald Reagan.
that
What
That
type
was
of
that.
Reagan was it? What type of Reagan was it?
It was a blue Dalek destroying weapon. Well, it was
Oh,
silver,
damn
but fired a big blue bolt,
it. It'd be,
and it
it'd be
was
so, it'd be so cool if it was a Ronald Reagan.
that is a good Reagan. No
Oh,
comment.
I'm
oh,
Ronald Reagan.
We
oh.
lost one of our 2 viewers with that joke.
They're like, geez,
Totally worth it.
something better.
Um. Anyways, we've talked movies a little bit. We've talked video games. We've talked Doctor Who. Surprisingly,
Talk
we
comic
managed to bring
books.
it up. We've talked comic books. We've covered a
What else?
number of bases. I guess more movies would be a good one.
More
No,
movies.
I don't know. I went and saw not Catching Fire. Shoot,
Mockingjay.
Part 1 last night after binge watching for the first time Hunger Games and Catching Fire on the weekend.
How was that?
I was distracted the entire movie by one sad fact that the cinema I was in got the aspect ratio wrong.
How did it?
Really?
So what did it look like? Was it squash?
I think it was the I'm gonna call them out. It was the Queen Street
No.
event
Events?
cinemas, and maybe they only have the IMAX version of the movie or something like that, but it had been put onto the smaller screen and squashed vertically, so it looked like she had put on weight for the movie,
That's
and like
weird.
all of the characters had put on weight for the movie. And I noticed it because it's exactly how when you look at a 4:3 image that you used to watch TV with, stretched out onto a
69.
16:9 or 16:10 screen. It just looks wrong. It just looks just wrong enough that if you notice it, it'll distract you for the entirety of the movie.
She's a little teapot, short and stout.
Yeah, slightly subtler than that, but yeah, a little bit. And I guess some logical fallacies taken in the movie, but it's from a YA young adults novel, so I guess some things are forgivable.
Hey, Houston, we have a problem.
Do we?
Hello.
I
Houston,
don't-
we have a problem.
Is that
Bring
supposed
it
to be
in.
Freezer or something? I don't know.
It was a
It's
handle.
Houston from Payday 2.
We have a problem with the toilet up here. What's the problem? It's not going anywhere. Jiggle the handle.
Did you know that the first time what was it? The first American man in space was also the first man to piss himself in space, because his mission was supposed to be quick enough that he would go up, get back down, get out of the plane, get out of his spacesuit, and go to the toilet. And they ended up with 5 hours worth of delays on the launch pad. So he's down there, busting to go. They can't get him out. They really don't want him to pee because there's all these monitoring devices attached to him inside of his suit. But in the end, they just had to let him while he's up in space because there was nothing else they could do. He was going to explode. He could not hold it in. So
So he
that's
pissed
actually-
inside his suit.
Yep. Well, the guys do that on the spacewalks these days. They've just made the system a bit better.
That'd be so cool. Just be like, no, 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 no. Hey, Bob, put it away. You're on TV. No, 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 no.
Anyways,
Welcome to my head.
it's a disturbing place, and I don't want to go back there ever again.
Not like this. Not like this.
No. And
You're what's in the money, hum?
yeah. So Finn, you've been playing a bit of Cards Against Humanity lately, I believe.
Yes. And I don't think a bit kind of does enough to describe it.
So yeah, I've been seeing a few posts lately of stuff that goes on with you in that game, and it's disturbing stuff. I think you should be
Yeah. Welcome to the inside of my mind. There's a reason I don't talk about it most of the time.
disturbing place.
No, I like his comedy. It's great.
No, Cards Against Humanity is a very disturbing thing.
No, I love the game. I love it.
Oh no, it's a good game. It's just disturbing.
It's the black humor of it, like Mecha Hitler. And
Dead silence.
jerking off into a pool of jerking off into a pool of children's tears. This is brilliant.
Yeah.
It was definitely
Different
something.
definitions of brilliant.
That's my favorite pastime.
Oh, God. That was a joke. That was a joke. Please.
Yeah, it was a joke.
Phew.
I find it's more entertaining when the children are alive.
Oh, and he went there.
Yep.
Is that our other one viewer gone?
Wouldn't surprise me. We might get the occasional view on YouTube and then reporting for profanity and horribleness, I guess.
Yep.
It's the internet. What do they expect?
That's
Oh,
true.
no. It's
While
the
we-
internet.
Yep. While we've been off the air, I believe Internet Box have made a brief resurgence and then disappear again. And
What?
Rooster Teeth have produced a whole bunch of new podcasts. What do you guys think of the new content being produced, and what did you guys think of Internet Box episode X, XX, and Triple X?
Before we start, what's the internet box? I've never heard of this.
You've got 100 and something episodes.
Is
Brilliant,
he in for a
wonderful
treat?
goodness coming up. Do you know Michael Jones?
No, I don't know
Yep.
who you're talking about.
You know, he's this
Barbara
guy,
Dunkelman.
Comedy!
Barbara Dunkelman, Lindsay Tuggy, or now Lindsay Jones.
Yes, I do. I do know that.
Perhaps you haven't heard of Andy and some of the other colourful characters
Red-faced
who are
fuck.
on the Internet Box.
No, I haven't.
Well, you're in for a treat. It's a spin-off podcast that was produced by some of the people who at the time were interns and lowly people at Rooster Teeth and turned into a massive thing that had get-togethers at RTX and panels and hundreds of episodes and then mysteriously disappeared.
So,
And then came around again. They're an awards-winning podcast.
really, an awards winning? What awards?
People's choice.
Yep, People's Choice Podcast Award.
People's Choice. As
Yep.
voted by the Internet Box listeners.
No, actually, as voted by, well, yeah, as their listeners, I guess, would vote in the Public Choice Awards for, was it the R Awards? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway,
That's cool.
great podcast. You should check it out. It's far better than our one.
Is it though? Is it? Yes, it is.
And they had Kerry
Kerry?
Shawcross, and Yeah, no, it's good. And Dylon, cut that
Nice.
out.
Had to bring back that old joke, huh?
Yep. Or at least I didn't bring up Barbara's whale penis.
Or Andy's wall wiping.
Or Tanga egg.
Or Mike's obsession with My Little Pony.
Yep. Pretty much, it's a good thing to check out. But they came back for a brief period this year because they're trying to win the award again, and they needed 10 podcasts to be released within the year of the award to be eligible for the award. So they're trying to scam the system. But, anyways, I think we're about ready to wrap up. We've been on the air for nearly an hour, and we have said nothing about anything of importance. So, one last small
the old
topic.
days.
One last
Paper
small topic.
train stuff.
Ruby,
Ooh,
Season
Ruby.
2, Volume 2, or whatever they call them these days. Everyone watch it? Anyone watch it? No one watch it.
Yes. The Blu-ray is on order.
Cool. What did you guys think of it? Better, worse than the first? More of the same?
You can tell there was an increased production value. Simply because it's not silhouette people in the background now.
Yep, they actually have a full animation team. One thing I found a little disturbing with it was the fact that they animated the boobs.
They didn't.
That was
That's
great.
that's just part of the animation software they use.
Well,
Has
no,
a
that's
physics engine.
They
It does it
attached,
automatically.
they attached mass and weight and bounceability to the objects that were at the front of Barbara's character Yang. And it was just a little
Yes,
disturbing and
which
distracting
we
and
all
seeing
loved.
Chief talking. Some loved it, some found it. No, it was fine. It's just a funny kind of
It just made me
the
have a
young
bigger crush
animator.
on Barbara.
Yep. Anywho, good times.
Good.
And RVB season 13, 12, 11?
12.
12. Thoughts? Good, bad, ugly?
Eh,
Back to the good stuff? Still shit? Or still better
Back
than
to the
before?
future.
Or no comments?
No
pterodactyls.
comments.
A note from the incredibly badass and sexually attractive members of Red and Blue Army and freelancers. Go fuck yourself.
There was some good stuff. There were some good jokes. It was interesting. I found it was better than season 11, and season 11 was an interesting jump back to the old Box Canyon style. After that, had seasons 9 and 10, which were very heavy, kind of different. It's cool. I don't know. I still enjoy it. Maybe I've changed. Isn't that the real question in the world?
Shit. Okay.
So, with the final minute that we have left, Harry, do you think you'll ever be on this podcast again?
Well, I'd like to. I'd say that.
So we haven't scared you off.
No, I'd like to say though, during my time on the podcast, I drew a lovely picture, and I don't know if you can see it. I'll just put it there. And I mean, if a one viewer decides to message me, I will mail it to them. So he'll be the only one in New Zealand, in the world.
So Pam, if you want that, go ahead and message him.
Again, it's there.
Alrighty, that's an interesting one. During this podcast, I did not draw anything, so I don't know what I'll show you. I will show you Supergirl, Kara L. And yes,
I've just been going through my pictures and videos of the meetup yesterday.
so Finn, why don't you show us? Oh, you don't have a camera. Oh,
No, because I
Yes,
left my
but-
laptop cable in Wellington.
It's very good to see you.
yes. And as
Yeah.
officially 8:45. I can tell you all to. No, I won't tell you to fuck off. Thanks for being on, and to our 1.2 and at another 0.3 viewers who watched
3?
us live. There was at
3.
one point. Harry, Pam wants to know your last name so that she can message you, so that she can get the picture. She's
Okay.
weird like that.
One part of my last name is Thompson.
How about once we're off here, you can message Pam Davis. Did I just say her name on air? I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna competition. Last name.
Yeah,
One
good,
part of it
yeah,
is.
good.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool.
What? Go do your competition. If you want people to know your last name. I just didn't know if you wanted people to know your last name.
They won't. Third time, Thompson, and then the last part of it is a profession to do with hobbies.
Well, that is
Or
cryptic.
she could just look me up on the Rooster Sheep group.
So it's a hyphenated last name then.
Yes, it is.
Well, fair enough then. Without further ado, any last remarks before I have you all executed for various crimes? Ryan,
My
you do
final
your crimes.
My final thought. I think from now on I shall call a gigabyte a giggity byte.
Good thought.
Come at me, bro.
Fair enough. And Harry, one last thought.
Good night. Wait, is that a thought? Well, I guess I thought
You can
it, so
think
much.
good night.
Yep,
And
I
from
think
me,
good night.
from all of the news team here at Channel 7, you stay classy, San Diego.
Go fuck yourself.
Anyways, and off the air.
Haha.
But no, we were going to tell them what fort stood for.
Oh, shoot.
Oh.
I was meaning